Before you start cleansing, the first thing that I recommend is always to shake our products and to begin with clean hands. You're going to apply the product to dry skin. I'm going to start by removing makeup for those of you that remove makeup. This is just some suggested ways to do it. Of course, remove your makeup or cleanse your skin in ways that are more comfortable for yourself. So I'm going to start by shaking my product. Today I'm wearing liner and mascara. One of my favorite tricks that I like to use is I like to enlist the use of Q-tips. When we apply mascara, we're typically applying it on the front side of the lashes and sweeping it up. And when you're cleansing your skin, we're actually kind of sweeping down. So that underside where the mascara is actually at, it takes a little bit more effort to get it off, especially if you're wearing waterproof or you're wearing long-lasting makeup. So I like to take the Q-tips and I like to just drench one Q-tip, not sure if you can see here, with cleansing oil. I allowed it to go ahead and soak up. With the other Q-tip, I used two. One is going to stabilize my lashes. The other one is going to help buff and clean the lashes. And again, I like to always recommend that everybody be very careful with your lashes when you're removing makeup from your brows or when you're removing makeup from your lashes. If you're over rough with your lashes or your brows and over time, then the hair no longer wants to grow back or doesn't grow back as strong. And as women, over time, as we begin to age, we start having thinner lashes and brows anyways. So you're going to put the dry Q-tip on the underside of the lash, and then you're just going to slowly swipe and roll up. Being very careful and mindful around the eyes, of course. And then you're able to get just a little bit more of that makeup off. Another way that you can remove your makeup is by enlisting a reusable facial pad, which we have these available here at Bamboo Earth. These are 2-ply. They're 100% cotton. They're very soft and wonderful. Or you can use just a regular cotton round or cotton ball. Again, whichever is more comfortable for yourself. You want to put some of the product on your facial pad or on your cotton round. And then you can gently place it on the eye and press. And you're going to hold for just a few seconds. If you're wearing waterproof makeup, I would suggest waiting about 5 to 10 seconds and then slowly rolling and rubbing it downward and outward of the eye. It helps pull off all of that dirt. And then, of course, we get the dreaded under eye. So you're going to swipe, you're going to roll it in half. I call this the hamburger roll. Put your finger inside there and then just brace the eye. If you have more lost elasticity in the skin, brace the eye underneath the eye and gently swipe upward and out. Of course, being very mindful around the eye. We don't want to get any type of oil or product inside of the eye. Your eye will begin to flush in water. Same thing with the brow. Go ahead and press. Allow that oil and the heat from your skin and the oil to go ahead and break down some of that makeup. And then gently swipe and wipe off. There you go. I like to do the same thing for the lips. Again, you can enlist the use of Q-tips in. If you're wearing more pigmented lipsticks, or if you're wearing matte or something that's long lasting, especially if it's red, when we begin to move it, it smears and goes all over the face and gets the face a little bit more dirty than it is more clean. So again, another way that you can do it is by the Q-tips. This helps stop making sure that you're going to get any oil too deeply into the mouth for you to eat it. I would like to brace the lip, and you're just rubbing and pulling it off. You can also do that with the cotton round again. And you're going to just hold and press onto the skin. Now, for those of you that don't wear makeup, or if now you just have the base part of your makeup on, again, always starting with clean hands. You're going to take your makeup dirt and cleansing oil and place it into your non-dominant hand. You could also apply it directly to the skin. However, I do want to give a caution that this pipette here, not to touch that with your hand or touch it to your skin. You want to avoid cross-contamination. We usually recommend about a quarter size amount in your hand. And then I like to warm it. Spread it all over the hands. And then you're going to place it all over the skin. Don't forget your throat and on your décolleté. These are often overlooked areas. And this is often the places that we see premature aging begin. If you need to apply more oil at any time, please do so. You want to make sure that you're able to gently and glide across the skin without any tugging or pulling. You want to actually be able to make sure that you have some slip air coming off the skin. And then you'll just work it into the skin just as you would any other face cleanser. Just massaging in upward and outward motions, making sure to get into those areas that you may have some congestion at, or you may have some excess oil in. Again, the makeup dirt and cleansing oil breaks down not just makeup, it's also going to break down sunscreen or other impurities that you come in contact with during the day. I like to pay extra attention here to the lip line, especially if you wear lipsticks or lip glosses. We tend to get those clogged pores, and it makes it harder for us to get that nice crisp line if you do wear like lip liner or lipsticks. Being very gentle in the eye area. Of course, you want to go around the eye, soft and smooth and outward motions. If you have some elasticity in the skin or a loss of collagen already, brace the skin in any of those areas. You just want to make sure you don't no pulling, no tugging on the skin. Once you've done that for about a minute, go ahead and clean off your hands. And then you're going to enlist the friends of either a facial washcloth, make sure that it's soft and gentle, or you can use our facial pads. We have these reusable facial pads that have two sides to them. They're really wonderful. You want to use really warm but not steaming water. You can press it into the skin, so then that way the warm water can help evict some of that off. And then you can use gentle upward and outward motions as well. Once one side of the pad is coated with oil and you're taking it off, you reuse the other side. And then rinse and wring out your rag as needed. Once you know all the oil is off your skin should feel soft and smooth and supple, but it shouldn't feel oily or greasy at all. It should feel nice and clean, taut but not tight. So one of the most common questions or problems that I get asked about the makeup dirt and cleansing oil is, do I need to remove this? And the answer is yes. Mainly because that's part of the cleansing process. We don't want to leave oil and our dirt and our debris and our makeup on our skin. The oil itself is to break down all of those impurities, and then the water and the facial washcloth is to help remove and evict those away from the skin. So the Rosewater Cleanser is really easy to use. Before each use, please make sure that you shake it every time. We don't use any binders or fillers or anything in our products. We want to make sure that we shake them prior to. You can use either our reusable facial pads. These are 2-ply and they're 100% organic cotton. Or you can use a cotton round or a cotton ball, whichever is your preference, or a facial washcloth, something that's soft and smooth that can be used on the skin. I like to go ahead and take it directly from the bottle. You can place it on top. I'm going to turn it over and allow it to get onto the pad. I normally do, about 2 to 3 soaks is the best way to explain it. You want it to have enough product on the pad where it does soak through on the other side. You're going to use one side for most of your face and then use the other side for the rest of the face. So be sure to cleanse your face, your throat, and your décolleté. These areas are often overlooked, and these are areas that we often have signs of premature aging sooner in life. You're going to apply it by swiping it in upward and outward motions on the skin. I like to use the first side of the pad for the décolleté as well as my throat up to the jawline. And then using the other side of the pad for the rest of the face. If you have looser skin, or if you have a little bit of loss of collagen or elastin in the skin, you can brace the skin. We want to avoid any type of tugging or pulling. If you have more sensitive skin, you can do what I call as a press and bounce, where you're just pressing and moving it across the skin. This is also beneficial if you have breakouts or any type of wounds on the skin. Once you have already applied it to the skin, we suggest that you rinse and remove the Rosewater Cleanser using tepid water. Some people don't rinse the Rosewater Cleanser off. The preference is entirely up to you. However, we encourage you to remove it. One of the reasons why we suggest that you remove the Rosewater Cleanser is so then that way it's prepped and ready to go for the next step, and you don't leave any film or residue on the skin. And that's it. You can also remove the Rosewater Cleanser by just rinsing and splashing the skin with water if you don't want to use a facial pad or a facial washcloth to remove it. So some of the common problems that we hear about the Rosewater Cleanser is, do I actually need to remove this? And the answer is entirely up to you. We highly encourage you to remove the Rosewater Cleanser after using it. It can help remove any excess bacteria or sebum or anything else left over on the skin. It also makes sure that there's no film left on the skin at all, usually due to human error. It's just what happens. But if you feel comfortable and if your skin enjoys it, you can leave the Rosewater Cleanser on your skin before moving on to your next step. One of the other problems that we get asked a lot about the Rosewater Cleanser is, what is this actually doing for my skin? Is it cleansing it all? And the answer is yes. Just in case if there's anything left over or residual oil from your oil cleanser, the Rosewater Cleanser will ensure that all that grime and bacteria is gone from the day. And if not, it's going to help ensure that all the water-based impurities from your skin are gone. To apply the Rosemary Toner, first, gently shake the product before each use. You can use either our reusable facial pads. These are wonderful. They're 2-ply. Or you can use any type of basic cotton round or cotton ball, your preference. After you've shaken the product, apply it to your cotton pad. I like to do about 3 dips. And then you're just going to apply it to the skin. Please don't skip the décolleté or the throat. Those are common areas that we can have aging or premature aging. And you're just going to swipe the product on the skin in upward motions. If your skin is a bit more sensitive, you can even press and push it into the skin. Be sure to get all areas of the skin. There's no need to remove this product. Leave it on the skin. So when you're applying the Rosemary Toner, it should feel nice and cool to the skin. It has that slight astringent smell to it. It's very lovely, and a little back of the rosemary you can smell onto it. It shouldn't sting, it shouldn't hurt, you shouldn't have any type of pain or irritation when applying it to the skin. Some of the common problems that we hear about the Rosemary Toner is that it has a very unique aroma. The Rosemary Toner, it has apple cider vinegar, alcohol-free witch hazel, and those have a little bit more of an astringent and stronger aroma that it takes a while to get used to if you aren't used to natural products, although many of our customers find it delightful. The Rosemary Toner shouldn't have any sensations on the skin. If you do feel tingling, it may mean that your skin barrier is compromised, so please reach out to us. We're happy to help. Another common problem we hear about the Rosemary Toner is, should we rinse this off? And the answer is no. Allow the product to dry naturally to the skin before moving on to the next step in your routine. The Rosemary Toner sometimes can be cloudy, and there's no need to worry. It has raw, organic apple cider vinegar in it, and those little wispies and the cloudiness is what we call the mother. It's actually the host, and it has all of those great enzymes that make this product so wonderful for your skin. It's very easy to use the Intense Hydration Facial Mist. Make sure you gently shake prior to each application, and then you're just going to mist your skin. Don't skip on your décolleté and your throat, and 3 to 5 mist is pretty good to get all over most areas. If you have dehydrated skin, we suggest that you saturate the skin before applying your moisturizer. And then once you have the mist on, immediately follow with your favorite serum and your moisturizer. Some of the common problems we hear about the Intense Hydration Facial Mist is, how much do I use? And we suggest that you use 3 to 5 mists. Please don't skip your décolleté or your throat. If you have more dehydrated skin, then we suggest saturating your skin. So you may need some more mist, and then follow immediately with your serum or your moisturizer. We do not suggest letting the intense hydration facial mist dry on your skin. Follow immediately with your serum or your moisturizer of choice. And when it goes onto the skin, it's going to feel nice and cool and refreshing and calming. It's very beautiful on the skin. It's really easy to use the repairing facial serum. Before you use it, make sure you shake the product. A little goes a long way. You only need a few drops. Usually 3 to 6 is enough to cover your décolleté, your throat, and your face. If you don't want to use this all over the skin, you can also use it as a spot treatment to target areas of discoloration concerns that you may have. To do that, I would just suggest using a single drop at a time. Be sure not to touch the pipette. We don't want to have any type of cross-contamination. I like to warm and emulsify the product, and then gently place it and rub it into those areas of where you may have some types of discoloration concerns. For others that want to apply it all over the skin, I suggest applying 3 to 6 drops in a non-dominant hand. Warm and emulsify the product, and then gently press and place the product into your skin. If you have dehydrated skin, I suggest applying the repairing facial serum to damp skin. If your skin is more dry, then I suggest applying it neatly to the skin, so directly to the skin. You can use gentle pressing motions, or you can do long swipes and upward and outward motions. It has like a pumpkin smell to it. A lot of our customers say that it smells like Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorites. It's very smooth and soft, and it absorbs very quickly into the skin. It's a very, very light oil concentrate. That's it. One of the common problems or questions that we receive about the repairing facial serum is, how much of this product am I supposed to use? For the repairing facial serum, less is more. Usually 3 to 6 drops is enough to effectively cover the décolleté, the throat, and the face. You can also use single drops at a time to concentrate on some more pigmented areas or just areas of discoloration concerns. If you use too much of the repairing facial serum, it may take a little bit longer to absorb into the skin, and you probably won't like it. The repairing facial serum is a feather light oil concentrate. It shouldn't leave the skin oily or greasy at all. It should absorb very quickly as long as you're using the correct amount. To use the Petitgrain Moisturizer, I highly recommend using a little spatula to dispense your product. It helps cut down on cross-contamination within the product itself. If you don't have a spatula, you could also use a Q-tip to dispense, or like a popsicle stick. They're disposable. Or these little spatulas or other spatulas are pretty easy to find at a local drugstore. Before you apply your Petitgrain Moisturizer, mist your skin with the Intense Hydration Facial Mist or filtered water. Don't skip on the décolleté or the throat. I have dehydrated skin, so I'm going to saturate my skin very well with the hydration mist. And then a little goes a very long way. It's a creamy, buttery product. Once you have the product, emulsify the product to warm it up, and it helps bring it to room temperature and melt it, and then press it into the skin. And then you can continue just applying it and massaging into the skin with upward and outward strokes. It's a little bit of a heavier moisturizer, so you may need to massage it into the skin a little bit deeper. If you use too much, not a big deal. Come back in with the mist, give yourself another mist, and then continue working it into the... That's it. Some of the common problems we hear about the Petitgrain Moisturizer is how heavy it feels and the texture. So the Petitgrain Moisturizer, its texture is very creamy, and it's very rich and silky. It has a great earthy, nutty with warm smoke and bright citrus scent to it. On the skin, it can feel it's a heavier moisturizer, so a little goes a long way. You need to emulsify the product to warm it, and that gets it to be more of a liquid. It helps spread its spreadability on the skin. It also helps absorb into the skin. A little goes a very long way with this product. So the Petitgrain Moisturizer, it's a waterless moisturizer. It's oil-based. It has raw, organic, and unrefined, ethically sourced shea butter, sweet almond oil, and Petitgrain essential oil. During transition, the product could melt while it's being shipped to you. And if that happens, it's okay. Your product is still good, we promise. You'll just have to remelt the product down so the way every single last bead is melted down, and then pop it in the refrigerator, and it should restore itself to its creamy, rich, silky feeling. So if you're new to natural products, the aroma of the Petitgrain Moisturizer may smell a little different to you. It's very earthy and kind of nutty. It has a smoky and a warm, bright citrus aroma to it. Most of our customers sincerely enjoy the aroma of the Petitgrain Moisturizer. However, if you don't, it has really wonderful skin nourishing benefits, and we hope that you'll continue to use the product, and over time you may also really enjoy the smell of this product as well. At Bamboo Earth, any essential oil that we use in our product, it's there for its skin nourishing benefits and not for its scent alone. So we don't add any additional fragrances or essential oils to mask or cover any scents.